Have you planned your vacation yet?
By the end of the 1950s, Alfred Hitchcock was riding high. From a lowly start writing the title cards for silent movies, he was now creating gorgeous, Technicolor masterpieces featuring exotic locations and big stars. With a magazine and TV show and a larger-than-life personality, he had become an iconic figure. His silhouette is recognizable as Mickey Mouse or Bugs Bunny. So it was a major departure when in the summer of 1960, he unleashed his newest creation, a sleazy-looking black-and-white picture named Psycho. Psycho was based on a novel by Robert Bloch. By remaining anonymous, the big star Hitchcock secured the rights to the book from the lowly author for a paltry $5,000. Some people suggest that Hitchcock paid Bloch back by hiring him to pen numerous episodes of Alfred Hitchcock Presents. But one imagines Bloch carried some resentment. He wrote a sequel, Psycho 2, which sees Norman killed off in a fire in Chapter 1.
Norman Bates no longer exists.
1960 was a big year at the movies. Kirk Douglas was getting his ass whooped in Spartacus. Burt Lancaster was tearing up the screen in Elmer Gantry. Roger Corman and Jack Nicholson made Little Shop of Horrors. But the big hit, with lines around the block, was Hitchcock's Psycho. It had an ingenious ad campaign at the time, allowing no one into the theater after the movie had started.
No one, but no one, will be admitted to the theater after the start of each performance of Psycho.
Before then, people showed up at the theater whenever they damn well felt like it. Coming in during the middle of the picture, they sat and watched through till the next showing, saying, "This is where we came in." Psycho was a film that demanded to be seen from start to finish. The movie takes place just before Christmas, for no real thematic reason. In the process shots of Marion fleeing town, with her astounding $40,000 fortune, you can see Christmas decorations hanging from the Phoenix street poles. I guess it was too much work to find different stock footage, because they just added a date super at the beginning of the movie, reading December the 11th. I wonder, why not January 3rd? I mean, it would be easy to imagine the municipality was lazy and left the decorations up for weeks, maybe a month after Christmas. By all accounts, Psycho was exciting to see in 1960 because of all the underwear shots. I guess it was that era's Last Tango in Paris, or Short Bus. Psycho also boasts the first on-screen flushing of a toilet, thanks to screenwriter Joseph Stefano.
And Hitch laughed because he thought I was into my Freudian kick and talking about what toilets mean and potties and stuff like that.
Psycho dealt with a lot of uncomfortable topics: matricide, mental illness, transvestitism, voyeurism, hints of incest. But it was also a movie with a lot of well-placed humor. From Marion's office mate, played by Hitchcock's daughter.
Any calls? Teddy called me. My mother called to see if Teddy called.
To the comic monologue by the woman in the hardware store.
Tell you what its ingredients are and how it's guaranteed to exterminate every insect in the world. But they do not tell you whether or not it's painless. And I say, insect or man, death should always be painless.
Psycho was remade in 1998 by Schlockmeister Gus Van Sant in a shot-for-shot remake. There were slight variations.
Well, to tell you the truth, I do mind. You see, if it doesn't gel, it is an aspect.
Well, to tell you the truth, I do mind. If it don't gel, it ain't jello.
Let's go see Al Chambers.
Who's he?
Our deputy sheriff around here.
All right, let me get my coat.
Let me get my Walkman.
I first saw Psycho in 1989, when I was 11 years old, on VHS, rented from the once proud Jumbo Video. Already a film buff, I knew the secret of Norman being his mother. That particular spoiler seemed as well known as Rosebud being Citizen Kane's wagon, or Luke being Darth Vader's nephew. It wasn't until a few years later, in my high school media English class, that I got a sense of what Psycho might have been like for a 1960s audience. One of my classmates was a German exchange student, actor Uko Basse, who knew nothing about Psycho and was legitimately shocked by the reveal Mother was dead the whole time. He told me he suspected she might not be real, but doubted his suspicions after the scene where Norman carried Mother down to the basement. To a person who knows, it's obvious Anthony Perkins is lugging a dummy, but in Uka's uncertain mind, he saw the bouncing limbs as the struggle of a defiant person, and he believed Mother was alive, until the final famous chair turn.